Hi everybody, I'm Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone and welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to explore the relationship between Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and J.D. Vance, and just what it is that they're trying to accomplish. First, I'm going to be giving you a brief history about the three gentlemen, and then I'm going to do readings about their various relationships and what they're trying to accomplish. All right, if that sounds like fun, then I hope you'll stay tuned. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope that you're a subscriber. And with all of that out of the way, let's get going. Elon Musk has employees embedded in federal agencies throughout the U.S. government. Because of his many companies, mostly revolving around high tech, he is not at a loss when it comes to finding people to do his bidding. His formal Doge roster consists of 60 temporary employees, some being paid six-figure salaries, although Musk claims that they are working for free. There is a side of Elon Musk's activities that are splashed all over social media and the legacy media, but there is also a much greater amount of activity that is not recorded for public consumption, and that is the way he wants it. Musk and Peter Thiel have been entwined since the beginning of PayPal, which Thiel founded and for whom Musk acted as a CEO for a time. Musk is now the richest person in the world, if the figures can be believed, while Thiel controls a multifaceted empire with companies ranging from software to investments. J.D. Vance was discovered in 2011 by Peter Thiel, while J.D. was still in law school. Thiel has bankrolled several ventures with Vance at the center, culminating in Vance becoming the running mate for Donald Trump in the summer of 2024. All this is to say that Musk and Thiel are no strangers to money and power. They've been playing with it since the early 2000s, but what exactly do they want? More than a dozen of Thiel's associates are working in the Trump administration, quietly, without fanfare. Peter Thiel himself has no formal role. Peter Thiel is the Don of the PayPal Mafia, a group of 20 or so men who are enmeshed in the high-tech world of Silicon Valley. Their businesses are intermingled. They interact frequently with each other, they compete with each other, and they always make money with each other. Their goal in 2025 is to change the United States government to one with a focus on U.S. tech dominance of the world, which they would control. These guys are not only interested in gaining U.S. government contracts, they want to change the way the U.S. government works. Okay, everybody, I've laid out the cards, and the first reading that we're going to be doing is looking at, from Peter Thiel's perspective, how does he feel about Elon Musk? And the first two cards that we have are the Four of Swords. I'll just turn it like that. The Four of Swords crossed by the King of Cups, which is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a double Cancer. Peter Thiel is a double Libra. Interesting. They're both pretty intense in their signs because they're doubles, which means that they were born during the time the sun was in that sign and born at sunrise, meaning that their rising sign is the same sign. So we have a double Libra and a double Cancer. They're both cardinal signs, so they both like to start things. Libra is a little more social than Cancer in terms of wanting to be accepted, but both of them can be pretty out there when it comes to what they really want for themselves. They can certainly be selfish as concerns their own needs. But Peter Thiel in this reading is taking a back seat. He's kind of laying low, he's kind of resting, and this has been his MO all along. He does start things. He started PayPal, but he's also got a gazillion other companies that he runs, or I don't know if he started all of them, but he runs them. And Elon Musk also likes to start things, and he also doesn't actually start companies. He buys them, and then he puts his stamp on it. So Elon Musk is the cross that Peter Thiel feels he has to bear. I don't know if he feels like it's a terrible cross, though, because the card at the bottom is the Lovers. So here we see that Peter Thiel sees his relationship with Musk as a very, very tight one. There is trust there. There is respect there. But if you watched the little history that I just gave, these two gentlemen have done quite a bit of business together, but the whole PayPal mafia does a lot of business together, and that's just the way they like to do things. Now, in the past, we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands shows that in the past, Peter Thiel was really working and trying to get everything together. And he also shows that this relationship has had its ups and downs. He has had scrapes with Musk. He has had big disagreements. I know that they were competitors for certain government contracts, but in general, their goals are aligned. And their goals are all about now, Project 2025, but also for the PayPal Mafia, they want to control the world with technology. Now, what crowns him is the Five of Swords. So he has been subject to the bullying of Musk. He has been subject to the bullying of other people in Silicon Valley. But you know what? I think Thiel really is a big controlling person. And I think that he just kind of rises above it. He's a Libra. So I think he allows these people to all think that they're getting one over on him. Like I said in the intro, they do compete against one another, but they always make money with each other. And so I think that the fact that maybe this is Elon that he feels is bullying him right now, but only because Elon is more out in the public eye. I don't think in reality he really cares. What he cares about is his end goal. He's okay with what's going on in the meantime. And in the future, more, pulling back from society, pulling back from things, going within, contemplating, being a little more introspective. We have the Hermit. So Peter Thiel takes the long view. And Musk would, but I think Musk is so blown out of his mind with his ketamine that he's, I don't think he's really thinking very, very straight. And maybe that's what Peter Thiel is waiting for. Maybe Peter Thiel is just really waiting for Elon Musk to have to sell some of his companies because he sees how far gone Musk is. What is Peter Thiel concerned about or worried about in this situation? Well, he sees that there are a lot of temptations in front of them. There are a lot of things that they can do, and he just wants to be careful and selective, almost surgical, in the things that he chooses to be involved with. You'll notice, as I said in the intro, Thiel is not a part of the administration. He has no formal role there. However, he knows really what's going on because he has about a dozen people who have worked with him in the past who are in the administration. So I'm sure they're feeding information back to Thiel. What do other people see? Well, like me, I thought that Thiel and Musk were competitors, and I just left it at that. But the relationship is much more complex. Thiel has walked away from it at times. Musk has walked away from it at times. They have walked away from projects. I think that they both, Musk and Thiel, are much more concerned with their businesses than their personal life most of the time. And so walking away from a business is not the same as walking away from a relationship. And so for Peter Thiel, he is a Libra. He's a double Libra. There's a kind of coldness and superficiality there because it's all air. It's all just talk and not true emotional investment in relationships. And that's how they can do very, very well in business and in diplomacy, because they can let things go. They don't get really married to the emotional side of things. So very interesting here that Peter Thiel is just taking a very non-emotional, kind of hands-off approach with this relationship. Very interesting. And here is the hopes. He wants to conquer the world. He wants to conquer the world. And you see the birds flying around. Air is the way he's going to do it. Technology. Communication. Technology. That's how he's going to do it. That's what he really, really, really wants. But this is so interesting. The final outcome is the Queen of Cups. Who the hell is the Queen of Cups? I mean, Elon is right now the King of Cups because he's the double Cancer. But who is the Queen of Cups? Well, this could mean that there is some sort of a surprise coming out for Elon. There's a surprise, or for Peter, that there's some sort of a surprise coming out for them that in their relationship. There could be some surprising event, some turn of events in their relationship, some turn of events in what's happening with the government, because that's what they're so concerned with. Who knows? Okay, now I'm going to do the reverse with Musk and how does Musk feel about Thiel? Okay, bear with me here. Okay, I've laid out the cards for Musk with Peter Thiel. How does he feel about Peter Thiel? And the first two cards that come out are the Ten of Wands, which means that he's working really hard right now, or he feels like he's working really, really hard. He feels probably that he's working harder than Peter Thiel towards their goals. And the card that crosses it is the Ace of Wands. So he feels like there's so many things that he has to get done. He's working really hard. He has more projects on the back burners that he wants to get to. And maybe he feels like Peter Thiel is just kind of like not doing his fair share, so he shouldn't have as much of the gain. In the basis of the matter is the same card we had up at towards the end of Peter Thiel's reading, the Two of Wands. So he does have the same goal in mind right now. I think that's being blurred a little bit for Elon. So in the past, though, we have the Three of Wands. So in the past, he was looking out for himself. He was looking at his own resources, his own companies, his own money, and where could he go with them? What could he do with them? But he does have this, PayPal mafia goal in mind of conquering the world with technology. And what crowns it? J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the King of Wands because he's a Leo. So this is part of the whole circling between these three men. So Musk sees JD as the key to getting what he wants. So in my mind, I had previously thought that Peter Thiel and Musk were not friendly at all, that they were just in competition with one another. So I didn't think that they had good feelings for each other at all, which is not true. And I also felt like Vance resented Musk because he wanted to be the favored child in the eyes of Donald, the Godfather, right? But I don't think that's true either. I think that Musk sees Vance as his way to stay in, because Musk knows that as a non-natural born U.S. citizen, he cannot be president or vice president. So JD is really his key, his ticket. But I think Musk has bigger problems. In his future, we have the Justice card. So on some level, he's pretty drugged out these days, so I don't know if he really realizes that this is coming, or if he's just in denial and that's why he's all drugged out all the time. But justice is coming for him. He does have different countries who are suing him for various things, mainly pertaining to Starlink as it relates to elections. So he is not out of the woods with this stuff at all. Now, something that he's worried about is something from the past coming back to bite him. So is that the Starlink election thing? Is that his relationship with Thiel and, what's going on there? I don't know, but something from the past is bugging him. And right now, what everybody can see is that he's being very competitive, very warlike, very combative, very much defending what he's doing. He's not doing a very good job in the public of saying the right things, but he doesn't care. And he's had so much money for so long, he came from money, that he doesn't understand that when he says something that outrageous out in the public pertaining to U.S. government, that people will not stand for it. So he's not quite getting the idea that nobody likes him, everybody hates what he's doing. The only person who's saying it's okay is Donald J. Trump, but even people in the cabinet are not loving what he's doing, and he really thought that they would. So what is he hoping for? Well, if anything happens to him pertaining to justice, he hopes that the Donald will just make it go away. Problem is, Donald can't make it go away when it has to do with other countries. However, maybe Mr. Putin can make it go away for him. So he's really hoping that he's going to get some help from his high-powered friends if he really does get, arrested or indicted or, extradited to another country or something. He's really hoping he'll get some help there. And the final outcome is this Six of Wands card. And this is I know that he will get something in the immediate future that looks like a victory, but I'm not so sure it's a victory. But pertaining to his relationship with Thiel, he does feel like they're winning. And that is the thing that we're really reading about here, is we're really reading about Thiel. How does Musk feel about Thiel? And the way he feels is that it's a beneficial relationship to him. But J.D. Vance is also a very beneficial relationship. And Thiel is kind of the link with J.D. Vance. So he has to keep Thiel in the loop for this stuff. Now let's look at how J.D. Vance goes with each of these guys. So I'm going to do J.D. Vance to Musk right now. Okay, here are the cards for J.D. Vance and Musk. And boy, J.D. Vance does not trust Musk. Not at all. Look at this. So the first card is the Two of Swords. So he has thoughts about what to do about Musk. He's not quite sure. But the card that crosses him is the Ten of Swords. So J.D. Vance feels that Musk is gonna betray him. I mean, that's where he's at. So Musk or JD is not afraid of Musk. He doesn't trust him. I mean, I can't imagine Musk actually doing something physical to harm him, but who knows? He's into his drugs right now, so who knows what he would do. At the bottom is the Page of Cups. When Elon is on his drugs, he is like a little child. And that's what makes JD very, very afraid, because I don't think that JD does drugs like that. And in the past is the devil. Now, the devil could be what he thought of Elon in the past, or it could be Donald Trump, or it could be the whole evil situation that he finds himself in. But JD does not feel safe these days. Not at all. And what crowns him is Seven of Swords. Somebody stealing, somebody betraying, somebody taking something from you. So JD may feel that he's pushed to steal something from Musk in order to, I don't know, what could Elon possibly steal from JD aside from the vice presidency or the presidency? That might be the thing that is stolen from J.D. Vance. Yeah, actually, yeah, as the words come out of my mouth, I'm thinking, yeah, that's really what it is. That Musk is trying to steal the presidency in general. And so he's stealing it from Vance, because Vance knows that Donald Trump isn't going to live forever. Donald Trump might not make it past the end of 2025. So very likely, I'm sure people all around him are telling him very likely he could be sworn in as president in the near future. But Musk is probably doing everything he can to make sure that that doesn't happen. I don't know what his tactics are, but I think that's what's going on. Now, what does he see? What do we see in his future? The King of Cups. So JD, I think, may not know this, but in his future is King Elon here, or President Elon, who knows. And what is he afraid of? He's afraid of that judgment. So J.D. Vance, I don't think has really connected the dots that he is going to be in legal jeopardy, but he does know that he's being judged, and that doesn't feel good. He's not happy about being judged that way. That's not great. What do people around him see? They see that JD really, if he doesn't have to be out on stage, he really keeps to himself. He really does not spend a great deal of time chasing after everybody else in the administration, especially not Elon. He probably kind of keeps his distance. I think that's what that card is kind of indicating. What is he hoping for? He's hoping for a secure future. He wants enough money to support his family. He wants to just do not the right thing, but do the thing that benefits him, I think. And in the end, this is a very emotional situation for him. This is very emotional. There is going to be something new starting as far as relationships go, probably between Vance and Musk. There is a new relationship starting, but will it be one where Vance is the president and Musk is trying to help him? Or will it be that Musk is trying to elevate himself as president? I don't know. There's so much distrust here in the cards, and and I've always felt that Vance really wants to be president, and kind of with the same motivation as Donald Trump. He doesn't have the motivation of, I need to serve my country and I want to help the people. He actually doesn't come across to me anyway as having that kind of motivation. So I don't know, we'll have to see what kind of president he really is. Okay, so that's that reading, and now I'm going to look at Vance and Thiel. I'm not going to do them vice versa the way I did for Musk and Thiel. That would take too long. We're just going to do J.D. Vance. How does J.D. Vance feel about Peter Thiel right now? Okay, so hang on here and I'll be right back. Well, this is very interesting. How does J.D. Vance feel about Peter Thiel? And the first card that comes up is the Queen of Pentacles, which is his wife. She's a Capricorn. So here's Usha, and on top of that we have the High Priestess on her side. So the High Priestess is, all feminine, all knowledge, all everything. And this is Vance. He's apparently really devoted to his wife, even though everything about his relationship with her conflicts with all of his, fearless leader's dogma. But at the basis of it, he has the world. So it could be that relationship is going to come to an end, which I think would really be upsetting for him. Now, the High Priestess here is showing me that maybe Usha is really, really smart and really knows what's going on and sees the writing on the wall and understands the secrets and knows the secrets or intuits the secrets before anybody else does. And so she has tolerated and gone along with this whole nonsense with Peter Thiel from the very beginning because it provides a very nice life for her and her children. She is an attorney. She's pretty young. She's 40. Oh, okay, she's not that young. She's 40. She's got her kids already, but she's an attorney, and I would think that having to move around like they have had to move around would make it a little tricky in her career, but nevertheless, when you're an attorney, you usually can finagle maternity leave, without too much difficulty. But with the world here, what JD wants to see with Peter Thiel is his place in the world. And the world can also mean this ending of a cycle. So that's what makes me fearful about his relationship with his wife. And who knows? I mean, it is rumored that Peter Thiel is gay. And I'm not saying that because, JD wears eyeliner that, he might have those tendencies. I do know that it is well known that he tried to dress in drag and, do a few things. So he's got some kind of leanings towards othering his sexual identity. But I don't know that would necessarily bust up his marriage, because Usha seems like she really is pretty worldly and really knows kind of what's going on with things and is either going to turn a blind eye or just accept what's going on. So the World card can be read in this reading in a couple of different ways. It could be the ending of a cycle for their marriage, could be an ending of a cycle for Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance, which I doubt. I mean, Peter Thiel is J.D. Vance's ticket for stuff. However, now that J.D. is in the vice presidential seat, I think that means that he has, unless he's thrown out along with DJT, it means that he has a salary for life, I believe. Yeah, I just looked it up. If he's not thrown out of office, then he would be eligible for a pension, which would be figured out based upon his years in Congress, which I think were about, he had like 4 minutes in Congress, so who knows how much his pension would really be. But there are a few major arcana here, and they're all right up front. So we had the High Priestess, the World, and now in the past we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this means that, when he hit the vice presidency, that really changed his future and his direction in life and what he was going to do. That really changed his life tremendously. Well, yippee for him. All right, what crowns him? The Queen of Swords. Now, are we reading the Queen of Swords as Kamala? Probably. So this means that a lot of what he thinks he's going to get, he's not going to get, even though in his future he's got the Nine of Cups. So maybe Kamala is somebody else. It's not his wife. She's a Capricorn. She's the Queen of Pentacles. But it could be a different person entirely, or it could just be female prosecutors that are coming after him, female investigators, female anything affiliated with the criminal justice system that is going to bring him to his knees. It could also be journalists, people who communicate. So there could be something crowning him that is, going to ruin his reputation or whatever. But we're looking at how does he feel about Peter Thiel. So in this reading, what we could say is, hey, the Queen of Swords could be Peter Thiel, because he's the one who has traditionally really made his life spin. He's the one who's pulled all the strings and made everything happen for him. So that would make more sense, actually, than anything else. So we have Peter Thiel up here making it all happen for him. Whether or not his marriage survives, we don't know. But then he gets the Nine of Cups, which is basically saying your dreams come true, you get your wishes. Now here is Vance himself, the King of Wands, in his fears position, in what he fears. So does he fear being the president, the real king? Does he fear that? Maybe. He's never going to be. He's never going to be president. But does he fear it? I guess he does. And what other people see is that he's kind of sitting around and not doing a whole hell of a lot, except for sitting in the Oval Office yelling at Zelensky. He's not really doing a whole hell of a lot in his role. But he is getting out there with Musk, and I don't know. And, it's not Peter Thiel's style to be out front. So Vance's thing with Peter Thiel is that he just thinks that he's always there. He's just always a part of his life. His hopes about the future, Page of Cups, he is kind of looking at Musk to make some kind of wild thing happen. And then, he hopes that everything will be okay. And the final outcome is the Ace of Cups. So this is this is very emotional for him. His relationship with Peter Thiel is an emotional relationship. It could even be a love relationship. I don't have any idea. I'm just saying that this is usually a card for love relationships. It can also be a card for an extremely emotional situation. And since we have the World card, the ending right underneath his wife, who knows all the secrets, then this could be it. Now, wouldn't the ultimate sacrifice for Usha be if she said, yes, honey, you can have Peter Thiel. I'll just keep all the secrets under my pillow, so make sure that those support checks keep coming in. I mean, that could happen. And I don't see Peter Thiel moving into the White House or the Navy House, whatever it is where the vice president lives. But I could see a deal, an arrangement where Peter Thiel plays a much bigger role in J.D. Vance's life, and Usha really has to take a back seat and just kind of handle the kids and not rely on J.D. for very much at all. She'll just show up to be the arm candy whenever he has to appear at a black tie affair. I could see something like that, kind of a Melania-Donald kind of relationship, but Usha is not Melania. She definitely is not a Melania. She's a working mother, and she's not going to, I don't think she's going to blow her position, and I don't think she wants to piss off Peter Thiel. Now, two cards that jumped out while I was shuffling was the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. So this could be a rapid amount of information about Thiel, or about Thiel and Vance, coming to light in the very near future. And this could have a big impact on their relationship. I don't see strife in their relationship. I think that Vance and Thiel really do have a good relationship, a trusting relationship, a good friendship. I mean, certainly a mentor-mentee relationship where Vance really, really relies on him And it could be something beyond that. I don't have any evidence of that. This is just a tarot reader on YouTube getting cards of love between two men and saying, okay, well, 1 + 1 probably equals 2, but I don't have any verification for that. So that's what I have with that. So that's what it is, folks. That's the reading. Now, one thing I want to make sure that everybody does before they leave is give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and make sure that you're still subscribed. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.